Hi, frenzies. It's me, your fave, back at it again. If you could tell, I'm in good spirits. I had a really good weekend. Being home with my family. I just got back like yesterday. And I really couldn't sleep. This full moon in Gemini has been having me super restless. Like we drove back overnight, to get back home. And I was so tired, so sleepy, so I really didn't even drive back. My sister did because I was so tired. And then, child, I got home and we got into bed, and I was so tired up until the time it was time to go actually to sleep and close my eyes. And my brain was just running. I stayed up, I think, all yesterday, so I just kind of didn't do much yesterday business wise because I wanted to just rest myself since I literally didn't and I had been up. So this is me, of course, now going ahead and trying to get some things done. It is Tuesday. Hi, my name is B, just in case if you're new here. If you're accustomed to being here, welcome back. It is December the 2nd, so happy Sagittarius season to us. Yeah, happy new week. All right, so yeah, let's kind of go ahead and get started. This is going to be what you need to know Wednesday. So this is going to be for December the 3rd. All right, as today is the 2nd, it will be for December the 3rd. Let's get in a little bit into what this is. Now, what do you need to know Wednesday is just a little bit of clarity and confirmation that you might need starting this week up to this point, and or maybe to finish the week out off into the weekend. Okay, nothing I say here is meant to confuse you. Everything I say here is meant for clarity. All right, so at any given point you feel confused, triggered, a little bit in your feelings or whatever like that, pause this. Maybe I'm not the reader for you, maybe this isn't the video for you, or maybe now just isn't the time for you to be listening to these messages. So come back later. Drop down below in the description box. Again, we do have 2026 yearly overview readings are available. We do have a discount code available. All of that can be found in the description box. Now, let's get into the nitty gritty. Um, I am starting with my Oracle deck. This is the Enchanted Maps, right? Yeah, the Enchanted Maps Oracle deck. So, yeah, let's go ahead and jump in because, again, I'm excited to be back. So, let's go ahead and jump into what we have. Now, give me an oracle card for what we might need to know via the collective. Anything we might need to know up until this point to finish off the week, going off into the weekend. As far as December 3rd, 2025. This is a timeless reading, so you can really watch this whenever. You do have the wishing well card. Okay, so the wishing well card is basically saying let go of expectations. Okay, all you can do is really keep your faith. All you can do is be hopeful. All you can do is like hold on to, whatever you're wishing for. Wishing Upon a Star, the song by Royce something. I can't remember their name, but it's coming to me. I hear it playing in my head. So again, this is about holding on to what it is that you're wish for, what you're wishing for. So you could maybe be feeling discouraged this week. I don't know. Maybe you're hoping for something, expecting a call back from a job, or hoping for something to work out in a particular situation, and you can't really dictate how it'll look when it comes. You can't really dictate you know what I'm saying? Like, so this is the letting go of the expectation card, right? You can't really judge or rush when it happens, how it happens, who it happens with, the way it show up, when it show up. Sometimes all you can do is just hold on to the faith that you'll still get the thing. And can you still be appreciative of it once you get it, even though it might not necessarily look like what you want it to look like, or happen the way you want it to happen, or at the time you want it to happen. Give me one more card for what we need to know this week. Balancing act. I'm gonna be honest, like the book explanation for this is not coming to me, but I know what I also attribute to this balancing act card is learning how to let go of the old, so that way it won't like weigh you down. Like, if you could see it, let me see if I can get it closer to the light a little bit. If you could see, she's holding on to something like a ship coming in. There's hearts coming off of this ship, but her body is facing this way, right? But her head is looking behind her. So again, this is making me feel like, again, for some of you, you might need to kind of let go of something old, release something old. Something might be coming in But it's like, in order to maybe get what it is that you want, you might need to release something from the past, or release holding on to the past. Balancing act, again, if I'm just intuitively going off of the card, it looks like there could still be old things from the past, past baggage, past people, past mindsets, past habits, past, ways of operating, patterns, cycles, behaviors, right? That are like weighing you down, or it's like throwing off your equilibrium. Let me see. Let me get back into the book. And I've had this deck for a while, so it's always funny how I sometimes have to come back and refresh my memories. Anyway, balancing act card. It says, there are times when things seem a bit topsy-turvy, and it feels as if you're juggling 1,000 balls in the air. Perhaps you're unsure of your footing. Now is a moment to evaluate which areas of your life need balance and then restore equilibrium. Choose harmony over discord, and great success will be yours. You'll find inner stability when you choose a balanced, focused, level path. The quote here says, you are calm within, no matter the fluctuation of outer conditions. Okay, so again, if I'm going off of the book terminology, definition, right, summary of the card, this wishing well along with this balancing act makes me feel like, again, for one, you can't really dictate the outcome, or like the expectations, right? You can't really put a whole lot of energy toward what to expect when you're wishing for whatever this is. But how well can you still remain stable and balanced within your own energy despite the turbulence of the outer conditions, right? I think that kind of goes very, very well with the bottom of the deck card being Field of Dreams, right? This is a kind of card that taps into that whole conversation of being a co-creator with the universe, kind of like a part of manifestation even, right? Where it's about how well can you maintain your level of faith despite the outcome, or despite what it might look like on the outside, or despite how much you might have to wait. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes if you wait too long, you start to get impatient. After a while, you don't even want it no more. Ain't that what I asked you in the beginning? Are you willing to, how long are you willing to wait? Can you still keep your level of faith, even though it might be taking a little longer than you expected, right? You thought you had the regret at the interview. You thought the job was going to call you back 2 days ago. Do you still want the job if it takes 2 weeks? Can you still keep the faith in these 2 weeks? And not just fake keeping the faith, right? The balancing act card says, how well can you work on your inner equilibrium despite external topsy-turviness? Because that's what's going to help you co-create with the universe when it comes to your field of pure potential, right? The field of dreams, right? Your sense of visioning. How well can you hold on to the vision, even though it might not be what it look like right now? Every time you open your online bank account, it still say 50 cent in there, right? Right? It still say $50 in there. It still say 500 in there. Maybe you wanted to add a couple of more zeros. But how well can you still keep the faith? How well can you still keep the vision, the dream, right? Despite the fact that every time you open your Wells Fargo, your Regions, your PNC, your Bank of America, your Trust, your Wells Fargo, insert bank here, whoever you bank with. How well can you keep the vision? You done been on 5 different dates, and you don't like none of them. You done been serial dating for 5 months. But can you still keep the faith? Can you still keep the vision to know that my person is out there? I know that my person is out there, and I know that God has handcrafted somebody specifically for me. Do you still want it if it ain't what it looked like? Right? Maybe you want this type of partner, but then they show up in this type of person. Can you still attain that? Can you still hold on to the vision and the faith, even though it's not what you visibly might look like? Maybe the person that you want is really outside of your race. Do you still want it then? Do you still want the relationship and have the relationship for the vision, even though things are a little topsy-turvy right now? How well can you have inner peace on understanding and knowing that, everything in my marriage is going to be okay? Everything in my relationship is going to be okay. Everything in my life is going to be okay, even though it might not exactly look like it right now. How well can you just throw a coin in the wishing wheel, and despite what it look like, how long it take, how it come, when it come, to know that it's going to come? How well can you still keep your faith? It says, despite outside turbulence, topsy-turviness, I am still calm on the inside. For some of you, this might look like holding on to old baggage, right? For some of you, this is because of old baggage, old hurts, old things. I thought the job wasn't gonna call me back. I'm having a little issue keeping my faith on the job calling me back because I've done this before and the job actually didn't call me back. Okay, well, are you gonna let that affect this time? How well can you again keep your faith? Sometimes you might face a little disappointment. You gonna let that rock your faith, or you gonna still keep holding on to your faith to say, you know what? Yeah, this one might not have came through, but something gonna come through. This might not have worked out, but something gonna work out. Or are you still looking back at that past time where you thought something was gonna work out and it didn't really work out? Or are you looking at that bad past time where you thought that was the relationship, but that really turned out not to be the relationship for you? Thought that you could be that person. You thought that you was gonna get that audition. You thought that you did really good. You thought this was gonna sell and it didn't. Are you going to let it discourage you? How well can you still hold on to your faith? That's what this feels like this week. Field of dreams. How well can you still keep envisioning it? You look. It's like, what I'm being reminded of. You know how when you were a kid and you kind of, this is a funny way that they throwing this to me, but you know how when you were a kid and you keep looking in the refrigerator and you keep looking in there like some new food gonna pop up or something. It's still the same level of empty it was 3 hours ago, right? But it's like keep that level of faith. It's kind of it's like, you know what I'm saying, is what that's feeling like. How well can you keep looking in the refrigerator? It wasn't no new food in that last time when you looked in there. You kept looking. You kept getting yourself up to keep looking in there to see if some magical new food was going to pop up in there. Keep that level of faith. Keep looking. Keep going. Keep searching. Keep keeping the faith. Keep knowing that something going to work out. Something going to magically fall in your lap. Faith without works is dead. But this is giving the work ain't the hard part. It's the faith. You doing the work. You putting in the application. Utilizing the resources you have in your relationship, utilizing the resources you have in your job, utilizing the resources you have with your children to, make some changes, to see some growth, to see some progress, to see some effort to make whatever this dream is come to life. But how well can you maintain the faith? God said you can either pray or stress, but you cannot do both. So are you praying or are you stressing? And looking back at all the other times where you thought it was going to work out and you had this expectation for it and you had that expectation for it and you expected for this to happen and you expected for them to show up for you like this and they didn't? Or can you keep your eyes in front of you? Now I say, look, her whole disposition different. Her body is one facing one way and her head is facing the other. She's still holding on to something and holding on by a hair. Literally. Don't let holding on to old things and past things weigh you down. Don't let holding on to past things and old things hold you back from your dreams. I don't know. It shouldn't matter how long it takes. You try. Oh well, how long is the? When am I gonna meet? How long until I meet somebody? Does it really matter how long it takes? Or can you just keep the faith that one day you're gonna meet them? You rushing it for what reason? You have to ask yourself that. Past baggage. Is it holding you back or is it catapulting you forward? How well can you just enjoy the journey until you get to the destination? What are you expecting along the way? That's what this all feel like. Let me see. Where is my tarot cards? Did I not bring any? Oh, I guess I did not. Okay, well, I mean, I guess we just thugging it out with the oracles. Cause yeah, I'm not getting up unless I left them on my bed. I could have swore I got some though. Got all oracle cards. No tarot card. Anyway, well, let's see what we need to know. We already at 15 minutes. And y'all know I like to run my mouth, so let's just get jiggy with it. Give me something for what we need to know this week for my collective. Allow these messages to resonate with those who need them to resonate. Allow this to be clear for those who need this to be clear. Allow people who need this message to find this video. Um, what do we need to know this Wednesday for my collective? What do we need to know this Wednesday? Codependency. Codependency and wise one are the first two who jumped out. So again, maybe for some of you, you're probably holding on to someone else who's codependent. And for some of you, you could be holding on to something old because you're codependent. Take it for how it resonates. If it don't apply, let it fly. Okay, I'm throwing a lot in the air. Just catch what stick. For some of you, you might need to consult with someone else. For others of you, again, you see this head turn. This head turn is symbolic to me. For my collective, I feel like this is your energy. Again, you know what I'm saying? Facing one way, the head kind of going another. This person is looking away from somebody. Again, her body is, facing forward, like she wants to go forward. Her head is turning behind her. So a lot of, yeah. Person watching, are you the one holding on to codependent people? Are you the one kind of carrying people? Are you the one balancing people who are weighing you down? I'm getting a big energy of that. For some of you, you're balancing people and things and situations that are holding you back and weighing you down. And for some of you, it's like a codependent thing. Like you have to carry some people. So beware of that. Making sure you don't have to carry some people. Making sure you're not dealing with people who kind of just, again, you feel like they drain you. You know that they like tire you out. You kind of holding on to old things. For some of you, it's like you could be sad because you're trying to figure out what to do about that this week, and you're being advised to consult with someone or like a higher divine system. So either talk about that shit in therapy, phone a friend that you feel like is a wise piece of counsel, or pray about it and meditate and get the answers. But for some of you, it's like you dealing with somebody or beware of dealing with things that again are like past things. It's like you trying to balance yourself and other people. That's a specific message for somebody. You trying to balance yourself and other people, but it's like you trying to move forward. You can't move forward and balance other people at the same time. That's a message for somebody. Be weary of codependent people. People, like I said, you got to carry them. You got to hold them. Yeah, look what just flipped over. The root chakra flipped over. I don't know why I felt called to split the deck and split one half specifically, but the root chakra just fell out, which is again fear. So I don't know if you're the one scared of letting people go because you scared about how they gonna end up, because you might feel like you gotta carry them, or maybe if this fear is because they don't want to let you go. So there's some fear here about not letting some go. But that's a specific message for somebody. That's a specific message for somebody. Field of dreams. It's like an inner conflict. I split the deck. I don't know why. Again, I don't know why I was God to split the deck. It was very like mindless that I just did that. But I split the deck. Heat is down at the bottom of the deck. So it's like you could be having some conflict. Maybe you don't want to argue and fight with somebody. Maybe you fear it'll start a fight. Like again, maybe this is a friend, maybe this is an old relationship, and it's like I want to break up with them, I want to stop dealing with them, but every time I do, it's a fight. Every time I do, it's an issue. Every time I do, we have a conflict. And it's like, but you're gonna have to figure out what you're doing about that. Are you living in fear because you don't want to say something to them? Are they living in fear? Someone has to address that. That has to be unpacked, that has to be undressed, that has to be unpacked. And for some of you, you might be moving slow and or maybe just getting by. For some of you, that might be a message too. This ain't the time to just be getting by. You know people draining you. You know you carrying people. You know that these people are kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Look at the energy of this card. She is leaning on this person, and they don't look happy about it. Like they look sad. They look like they want to be elsewhere. They look like they are disappointed. They look like, so it's like stop just going along to get along. That's a message for somebody too. For some of you, it's like Again, you don't want to fight or you don't want to argue. For other people, it's like you just going along to get along. Maybe it's both. So it's like, I don't want to fight, so bitch, I just be going along to get along, but I'm very, very drained. I hate being here. They're very codependent on me. I have to carry them. I have to take care of them. I have to almost think for them, is even what this feels like. It's like, I almost like I'm picking up this energy of like, ugh, get off me. Like the more I channel this energy, it feels like, ugh, get, like I just want to kind of like shove somebody off. It's like, and I just heard I got enough on my shoulders. I got enough on my shoulders. So for some of you, that's a specific message for somebody. You holding on to something, and it's already you already holding on by here, but this is like blocking you from new beginnings. It's blocking you from new blessings, and you either need to seek wise counsel about what to do and how to do it. And I say wise, emphasis on wise, okay? Because you can always just go to consult with somebody. No, wise counsel. Not everybody is wise. Be very, very careful who you go to about this. Or you need to pray. For some of you, if you are the codependent one, because you might be the codependent one. You know what I'm saying? This might be you looking down, but because I'm picking up a Eeyore syndrome now. So again, for some of you, it's like depends on where you at. If this is you, you could be the codependent one, where it's like you still holding on to old shit because you scared of new beginnings. You just got an Eeyore syndrome. It don't matter how much people try to tell you it's okay and everything will be good and life will be all right. You still just sitting here like, yeah, but you know, huh? You know, like, Eeyore, you look fine. Yeah, whatever. Today's such a beautiful day today, Eeyore. Yeah, but it'll probably start raining. It's like nobody wants to be around that. Nobody wants to be around it. Nobody wants to be around it. Nobody wants to be around it. So for some of you, don't be the codependent person. Okay? Seek help if you feel like you know you just always sad. People, you can't go around people and expect for them to cheer you up. I'm sorry. I know it's the holidays. I know it's seasonal depression and shit. You got to figure out what you're doing. Go get therapy. Go talk to the lady through that shit. Okay? And really try to get some real assistance. This ain't even to be funny. This is real life. Because this is what's going to be. Yeah, look what just flipped over as I said that. New you. Yeah, this is a real life. This is a real thing. This is serious. I'm not even saying that to be rude, to be funny, but it's holding you back. Holding on to this shit by here, you thinking about all the sad shit that had never happened to you in your life, and you thinking about who did and who did what. People try to tell you, you know, life is gonna be great for you. Life is gonna be amazing. You're so wonderful. Here you go with the Eeyore syndrome and shit. Yeah, but I mean, you know, cause I just, you know, yeah, but I've been dating for so long. You know, love is never gonna find me. It's like, oh, brother, please, 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 please. Oh, brother. And everybody can't sit and rally around and lift you up. So again, that's a message for somebody. You need help. And if you need help, you need to seek help. Whether it be, again, talking to wise counsel, and I do say wise, or simply going to talk to the lady and sitting on the lady couch and really getting some straightening about how you can kind of work through some of these codependency issues. Everybody has been codependent a time or two before, unless you're just a complete avoidant. And that's a whole nother goddamn story. That's a whole, that don't make you no better than the next motherfucker. You just, you in the same boat. You just on the opposite side of the goddamn ship. Bitch. Okay, so that's for somebody. Stop holding on to past stuff. You like got new beginnings and stuff coming in. For some of you, this is your divine team. For some of you, you see how this person trying to cheer them up and hug them. This is like, this is your divine team. Wise counsel. For some of you, you're not even listening to your divine team. They be trying to send you signs and trinkets and shit. Synchronicity card. They be trying to send you signs and trinkets and shit to let you know that everything is gonna be fine, and you still just be like, huh. Every time you check your bank account, you just drop your head. It's like they telling you that everything gonna be fine. You still kind of holding on to past stuff, past shit. That's again kind of fucking up your equilibrium on the inside, fucking up your faith on the inside. I don't know why I want to jump. Like, I'm almost positive I left them cards because I know I got both of my other cards. I can't believe I don't have my other cards with me right now. My tarot cards. I feel like I grabbed my tarot cards and I grabbed another different deck. Anyway, give me something else for what we need to know this week. Give me another message for what we need to know this week for my collective. Oh, Something might be revealed. We do have a full moon in Gemini. The mask is coming off. I'm getting this boomerang card is right next to it. I think we're still in the shadow period of Mercury retrograde. Beware of people coming back. Beware of people popping up. Okay. Yeah. What did I just say? Yeah. Cause look what's flipped over and I didn't see it. Past life connections. Somebody might see you in your bag and see you getting opportunities and all of that, and then want to come back from the past. Beware of that. That's what this feels like to me. That could be happening this week, because again, this is what you need to know Wednesday, but this could again take you off into the weekend, maybe into the rest of the like month, maybe even because again, I don't know how long shadow period for retrograde lasts, but I know we still in retrograde period. It just ended like maybe 2 or 3 days ago. But this made me feel like again, somebody from the past might like be coming with fakeness. They might be coming on some bullshit time with this mask card and not really revealing what they really want, why they're really showing up, why they're really popping up, what their real feelings, what their real intentions are. Lucky and in your bag again just makes me feel like this week financially could be good for you. You could be getting some opportunities this week. You could be like again seeing some new money, some new opportunities. You have opportunities twice here. So again, this made me feel like if this hasn't happened like now and you ain't seeing a boost in your money, you will. But this also made me feel like be careful of if not a particular person, then a couple of people. This could be like people who now want to come back because they see that you're doing something. This like made me feel like now that they see you up and you in your bag and you really kind of, you know, flexing and really kind of, you know what I'm saying, got something to show for yourself. This feel like people who might want to come back and have an opportunity. This might be a bunch of opportunists, or this could be people seeing you get opportunities and they just want to come by and come back from the past because they see you doing well. Damn, my head ain't got my other cards. I hate I don't have my tarot cards over here. Give me something on this mask card, because now I just gotta use a bunch of oracles, and it ain't really like giving me the depth that I really want, the juiciness that I like that tarot give me. Give me something for this mass boomerang card. Who are these people coming back? What is this person? Who is this person? Tell me more about them and about this energy. Again, this could be something that's happening this week. Yeah, smells like Nirvana. So this is like my druggy card, my druggy. I want to, my mom, I want to, my dad kind of, I love Nirvana. Don't get me wrong. I am a big fan or was a fan like back in the day when I was doing my research and heavy into like who they was and shit. Um, yeah, and even the key cards on here, right? It says, never mind, come as you are, strings, lonely, all apologies, and drugs. So again, this feels like somebody who again is like all apologies even just made me feel like somebody who fuck up. You know, a motherfucker who just all they do is apologize. They just keep getting shit wrong. you know, come as you are, lonely. So again, this is a motherfucker who I feel like they're not really offering nothing. Nigga got his finger in his nose. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Like, this type of motherfucker you dealing with. I don't know. Like, it's kind of giving drug head. Don't really got much going on. Somebody who again is very much what you see is what you get, and they seem just lonely. Strings gave me. I heard strings attached. So again, this is someone who again is just trying to have strings attached. This doesn't really feel like somebody who's trying to like connect. This could have been someone from the past where you just had strings attached, or someone who again like this is who they were before in the past. The finger in the nose thing is just really giving me childish, like weird, not in a good way. Someone who might have an issue with drugs. Yeah, or issue with smoking. Look what just came out. An issue with drugs and issue with smoking, as I say with Friday. So again, this could be someone who smokes a lot. Okay, or just again is always under the influence, but you know what the main influence was with Friday. So again, this could be someone who just smokes a lot, someone who probably even owes you, someone who might gets fired a lot. Yeah, I do see this coming in the next matter of days, 2 weeks though. So the fact that Friday is even here, and I was saying that you again, this is what you need to know Wednesday, but this could happen at any given point. And over the next few days and weeks, that is clarified here in this card. It says days on one part and it says weeks in another part. Mary Jane, lazy, hang out. Again, Friday, next Friday, Friday after the next. Oh, you know what I'm saying? So again, this could be someone who might owe some people and then see you coming up, see you looking up, see you getting opportunities, seeing you being in your bag, seeing you handling your business, and now they feel like they kind of want to get close to you, but it's really with a motive, it's really with an intention. It's not really because they want to get close to you. This is someone who again might already have come in with a lot of apologies, um, or might just be somebody who again is very apologetic. You know, you deal with people, but they always got excuses. They always got this going on, that going on. They really can't offer you nothing but a bunch of apologies because I mean they just be doing head ass shit or doing little fuck up shit. You know, they might even pose it like, oh, do you want to hang out? Oh, do you want to smoke? You know what I'm saying? Be careful of that. You know, people love to do you still smoke your way back into something. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, you know, I was just going to see if you want to smoke with me. No. I tell them motherfucker quick, depending on who they is and the energy and the vibe, I don't need smoke. Oh, no, I'm good. You feel me? I done smoked already. I just shoot you one. But people be trying to use that as like a way in. So be mindful of that too. But again, I'm seeing this come in the next matter of days to weeks. And again, ironically enough, this could be on a Friday. Give me one more card for this person. Yeah. Lawless, a showdown, Bonnet and Clyde. So again, like I said, and I don't even like Bonnet and Clyde with this because again, this made me feel like somebody who just kind of want to get into some shit with you. Bonnet and Clyde wasn't on no power couple Michelle and Obama shit, and Michelle and Obama is in here. This is not no Michelle and Obama shit. This is some Bonnet and Clyde shit. This is you go down, I go down, we go down together. Hell no. So be careful of that. Hell's coming with me. Corrupt. Gamble. So again, it very much gives somebody might owe some money. Gambling problems, drug problems, substance abuse issues. You might owe a plug or somebody by some, substances. You might owe somebody because you gambling. This feel like be careful of people who are, or someone. Because honestly, this feels like a particular someone. So it's like be careful of someone who wants to kind of come in, somebody from the past who act like, oh, we got unfinished business, so they might want to again, hey, do you want to smoke? Do you want to hang out? They way back into something where it's like, but it's really because they see that you getting opportunities, they see that you going up, they see that they feel like you kind of got a lucky horseshoe up your ass or something like that, and they see that you off in your bag, they see that you making your visions come true and shit, especially once you learn how to work on your expectations and let go of this all of this old baggage and shit that's holding you back and making you unbalanced from your future. And they're gonna want to come in and act like, oh yeah, and they're gonna try to be back in your life. But it really feels like it's because again they owe somebody that kind of can bring you down with them if you're not careful. That message is also for somebody else. This, hell's coming with me, make me feel like, yeah, you don't want to get involved with this person. They probably owe everybody and be hanging around and shit. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who just always is apologizing, someone who's childish, someone who, again, might have substance abuse issues, somebody who just wants strings attached, somebody who probably always getting fired, they never got no job. The main thing about Friday was how the fuck you get fired on your day off? How the fuck do you get fired on your day off? What the fuck are you still in boxes for? What you trying to build a clubhouse? What the hell you still in boxes for? Okay. What is you still in boxes for? What are you trying to build a clubhouse? So that could also be a thing too, right? Tying it back into this codependency. What you need to know this week is, like I said, be weary of people who are leaning on you. Don't carry nobody. Get they ass. Everybody got to stand on their own 2 feet. This is not the time to be carrying nobody, and this ain't the time to be dealing with nobody and connecting back with nobody that you're gonna have to carry. You have enough responsibilities and you have enough weight on your shoulders already. Give me one money card for this week while we on the topic of money. You might not have the finances you want, but you have the finances you need. You have the money that you need in order to make these things happen. So again, you might not have all the money. Like I said, you might check your account, child, and it still got that same motherfucking 50 in there. But how well can you hold on to the faith? Release expectations to know that that 50 will soon be 500, will soon be 5,000, will soon be 5 million if you want it to be. But you might not have the money that you want, but you have the finances you need to do what needs to be done, to invest in yourself, to get groceries, food, all of that this week. So make sure you remember that. First thing out also is discovery. Trying something new and exploring other options will help you learn and grow. The opportunities are just waiting for you to be discovered. Didn't I just say you got opportunities? Didn't I just say that? Didn't I just say that? Opportunities here. Opportunities here. What does it say? Side hustle, new money, making opportunities. What does it say at the bottom? And opportunity. So again, this week is really, really good for opportunities. This week is good for not only investing in certain opportunities, but again, trying new things. You know, it's like it says, discovery, trying new things will open and explore new options that'll help you learn and grow. The opportunities are just waiting for you to be discovered. They're just literally waiting for you to fall into them. But again, like I said, further affirming what I said this week, make sure you be careful and wary of people who are just trying to follow you around and attach themselves, right? Strings attach themselves to you because they see you getting opportunities. They see you, having a lucky horseshoe up your ass, being blessed, highly favored in your motherfucking bag and making your bread. Again, you ain't got the money you want, but you have the money you need to make sure that everything is done how it should be. Traveler, there's an opportunity for you to travel for work or business. You might be attending a convention or a training that will enhance your skills. Okay, so don't be afraid to travel. Okay, some of these opportunities might be travel related for some people. Don't be afraid to look into them. Don't be afraid to take them up. Don't be afraid to, really explore. Like I said, trying something new and exploring your options is a surefire way to help you learn and grow. Okay, the opportunities are just waiting for you to discover them. But you have to discover them. Do something new. Try one thing new every day, all day. You never really know what it bring you. Assistance. There are some resources you have overlooked that would help you resolve your financial issues. Someone is willing to help you recover. Okay, so again, wise counsel. Wise counsel, right? Wise counsel. Make sure who you consulting with, who you talking to. Like I said, make sure they're wise. That don't mean just consult with any of your body. However you want to consult with them, make sure they're wise. Make sure they're wise. Make sure they're wise. Make sure they're wise. Okay, that's going to be very beneficial for you. Talk to the right person who can assist you and point you to the direction of certain resources. There are certain resources that you might be overlooking this week, whether it be talking to someone and getting some advice from them that can help, or simply just asking for financial assistance. And sometimes this card can indicate there's people around you that you can ask for help. you know for some of you, you might feel like it make you codependent. It doesn't make you codependent. You're simply just asking for assistance, you know but it becomes codependent when you always asking for assistance, when you're not even trying to get up and do it yourself. But making sure that you consult with people about how to overcome certain financial issues. There might be someone that around you that can kind of point you in the right direction. Okay. Like I know a big part for me where like coming home from being with my family, it's kind of really opened my eyes up to how I haven't utilized the resource that is my grandfather, who, for me as a staple has always been like the man in my life, like as substitute for my dad. But it's like I always, yeah, they've been around, but I didn't predominantly be around them to know just how much I'm like that side of the family to really like know, let me call. So it's like, oh, all this time I could just pick up the phone and just ask and like pick his brain for for little trinkets and pieces of information that I can go back and apply for myself. But all I had to do was really pick up the phone. But that is a big resource in my face. And I've been told that from another family member where it's like, you have resources, just pick up the phone and call people, but it's just now clicking for me. Right. So again, sometimes it's really picking up the phone and really picking people's brain and seeing what they know, because it's not always what you know, but who you know. Sometimes it's really just asking for that assistance and asking for them to assist you. Sometimes it's something as simple as just jumping on the internet and googling and doing a little bit of research, but making sure you pay attention to the opportunities this week, making sure that you don't say no to any opportunities unless they genuinely don't align with you. Okay, making sure you try something new, say yes to some new opportunities. I've also just so happened to look up on a pretty new opportunity that I'm very excited about, which can help me grow and advance in some of my other skills and have some gems and trinkets in my pocket as well. So this is a good week for that. Again, just make sure you pay attention to that. For some of you, I'm also channeling too from this mask, fake friend, tombstone Friday, lazy, all I do is be drunk and high all the time energy. For some people, for some of you, this is like less of a Bonnie and Clyde romance, intimacy. Do you want to smoke back they way into your life? This can also be people who see you as rivals. I don't know. I just saw rivals on this card um in the very last minute, right? And even though, you know, Smokey and Craig was pretty cool, but there was a level of interestingness, you know, how Smokey just kind of threw Craig under the bus, you know, even though Craig had nothing to do with it. If you know, you know, right? So again, be very careful of that too, where people might seem like your friend, but they not really your friend. People really in rivals with you. People again not really showing you they real self, not telling you they real intentions, not revealing their real hand. You know what I'm saying? People who playing their cards close to the chest because they have a motive about why they want to come around. Okay. For some of you, again, this could be like an intimate thing where again, Bonnie and Clyde, if I go down, we go down, but they know everybody they owe and owe everybody that they know. But this can also be somebody who just has substance abuse issues and just again wants to be attached to you. They're lonely in their own life, and they really just feel like you're a rival to them. Somebody who, again, like I said, in my Craig and Smokey situation, they'll kind of, again, if I guess it's the same energy though, right? If I'm going down, we going down together, Bonnie to Clyde and Smokey and Craig. Because actually, while I'm using that, thank you, Spirit. Yeah, so be mindful of that. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, because actually in both situations, it was very, if I go down, we go down together. Because like I said, Craig had nothing to do with it. That was Smokey who had to deal with Big Worm. Why would you bring us in it? Like Craig said, shit, he know where my mama stay. He know where your mama stay. You feel me? So yeah, and Bonnie and Clyde again, they work together. If I go down, you go down, we go down together. So be very careful of people who kind of want to bring you down. This doesn't always just have to be, oh, I owe somebody and now I kind of scheme on your opportunities and money. For some of you, that's one timeline. But for others of you, this feels like I go down, we go down together as in energy. People who are already low in energy, people who are already not doing nothing. You know, you're drugged out, you're smoked out. All you really got to offer is apologies. You real lonely in your life. You really don't have nothing going on. Okay, you feel like life's pressures and societies and shit, you know what I'm saying? All you do all day is smoke weed. You can't keep a job. You constantly getting fired. You constantly, you know what I'm saying? Just all you want to do is hang out, right? Again, this is somebody who, if I go down, we go down together. I want to pull you down with me. Period. Full stop. So this could be literally as far as your opportunities and your money in your pockets, or this could be energetically, and I want to pull you down with me. I don't want you succeeding and getting all these opportunities. I want you angry at life and hanging out all the time and throwing your money away on drugs and shit and owing people and low vibrational with me. So be careful about that. In the meantime, between time, you make sure that you work on your mindset and how you're expecting things and the timing of things when it comes to uh, your blessings and your goals and your aspirations in life. Again, you have a lot of opportunities coming. For some of you, you might be watching this and be like, "Bitch, what opportunities? I'm when you know, like I said. So when are they coming?" You said when are they? You said Friday, right? Because I mean, because I've been waiting for Friday for the past 3 Fridays, and I ain't seen none yet. Okay. But this is given again, how well can you release the expectation of when it should come, the timing of it coming, and can you just hold on to the faith and release the past baggage and triggers of knowing that this is coming. Opportunities are happening. You will be, traveling for work. You will be in your bag, and finances won't be an issue for you anymore. Paying attention to the resources that you have around you, understanding that things will kind of start taking a positive turn for you, and that the dreams that you dream for yourself will definitely be made into a reality. But that starts with, again, you releasing the past baggage on that and really coming into understanding and knowing in your faith and holding on to your faith until you see that. come into fruition in your immediate reality. That has been your reading. Thank you again so much for sticking it out with me for this long. Like, share, subscribe. Again, everything you need to know to find about me is down below in the description box. If you need the discount code for 10% off, how to find my website, how to find me on other platforms. Also, just in case if you are curious and interested and all that good jazz and stuff like that. Again, my name is B. Just in case if you forgot from the beginning of this, I don't know why I'm having a brain fart right now. Yeah, like, share, subscribe, leave me some comments if this resonated. And until next time, I'll see you over on the next video. Bye.